Welcome to CR Kennedy and Leica here at the 2019 Built ANZ, put on by DBEI. It's a mouthful, but it's well worth it. So you can see behind us that Leica and CR Kennedy are exhibiting, but not only that, we're actually featuring in some of the presentations, and Matt Payne from PJM is presenting on how they use some of the Leica technologies to digitise the engineering firm that he works for. So without further ado, I'll introduce Matt. Matt, this is your second BILT, and what are your impressions so far?
Built's great. Every year I've been to Built, which is obviously my second. There's always a range of different topics on. They're really intimate, so you actually get into the nuts and bolts of a lot of the topics. The keynote this morning was fantastic, a great opener, inspired everyone, and I think everyone's jumped straight into classes and really enjoying it.
Fantastic. So your presentation about digital engineering, what were the key takeaways that you wanted to tell an audience like this?
The key takeaways of my presentation, obviously working with yourselves at CR Kennedy and Leica Geosystems, was just about employing all of the different digital engineering capabilities throughout the whole construction lifecycle. So whether it be on site, even pre-construction, so during tender, and then post for handover. So whether you're doing an as-built scan with a scanner, you're compiling documentation for clients. So there's a whole range of different aspects throughout the construction lifecycle that you can actually employ these technologies.
Now, I think you covered it in the presentation slightly, but your background is not engineering per se or digital building, it's car industry. So what sort of techniques have you brought across to PJM?
Look, I came from the car industry where you're obviously producing thousands and thousands of parts that are common parts. The digital construction industry is obviously bespoke. Every building's one-off, designs are very different. So what we try and employ is efficiencies and ways in which we can repeat that process throughout each project. So obviously buildings are different, but if we can prefabricate something, if we can create an efficiency by using, say for example, our ICR70 tool, by setting out on site and saving ourselves a significant amount of time, then those are the sort of techniques we're employing.
Oh, that's fantastic. And there are several other people that within the Melbourne industry who are from the car background, and that's giving them digitisation advantages for sure, which is great. Do you still see some less than digital examples out there? Obviously, you can't name them.
There's many. There's a lot of education that still needs to happen in the industry, particularly with clients and head contractors. I think subcontractors are actually driving a lot of the innovation by taking on these technologies. I have been asked in the past about, for example, an LED 500 project as built, and the client said PDFs are fine. I'm happy with PDFs. So that's just one example of the education that's not out there.
And so this is day one of a 3-day event, and certainly there's a few social activities, which is always fun as well in the BLT. Do you have any thoughts on the sessions that you might attend for the rest of the event?
I do. I'm looking forward to the Sagrada Familia in Barcelona. There's a session about scanning and that, and it'll be impressive to see. Obviously, it's been over 100 years under construction, to see how scanning is actually being able to push that towards its completion, hopefully in the next 15 years, I think is the plan. And obviously, as you said, I'm looking forward to the couple of nighttime events too.
I believe there's a BIM beard competition. Is that one you're entering?
There's a few bids getting around. I think I've got most people covered though. I haven't seen anyone longer yet, but we'll see how we go.
So thank you very much for your help and assistance, and we'll see you soon.